Hi, guys. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Andrew Brownell, and I've been asked by Miss Larson and Mr. Thompson to share with you guys a little bit of my St. Agnes experience and a few of the things that I've learned in my past few years at St. Agnes. So, a little bit about me. I came to St. Agnes in seventh grade, and to be honest, my first impression of St. Agnes was I hated it. And to give you guys some perspective on this, so I never really gave St. Agnes a chance to begin with because the year prior to me coming to this school, my parents had decided to uproot my whole family from where we lived in Wisconsin and move us all down to or cross the river to Minnesota um for one reason, and that reason was St. Agnes. And I really didn't understand this, thought this was completely crazy, thought my parents had gone completely off the grid. And like why would they move away from like everything that I'd ever known up to that point for a school in the middle of all places, Frogtown, and what made this school so special? I just didn't understand it all. So I went into my seventh grade year like this, focused on all the things that I didn't have anymore, all my old friends that I probably was never going to get to see again, instead of what I did and the new opportunities that were granted to me. And I was afraid to venture beyond what I already knew and just afraid to come out of my comfort zone at the beginning. And I guess it went on like this for like the first 4 months or so. I like didn't really have any friends, didn't really talk to anyone. And then it hit basketball season. And me at the time, I had no idea what that I had never played basketball in my life. Like I think I touched a basketball like twice. And my mom, who actually signed me up, even knew less about basketball. Like, I don't even think she knew what a basketball was, but she signed me up anyway. And I turns out I was grateful for this because it was in basketball that I started to really connect with some of my peers, as we obviously were all sharing in a similar passion and had similar interests. And as I got to know them more and more, I saw that I had more and more in common with them. So I was lucky enough to fall into a friend group, and I kept that friend group. And it wasn't so, even though I had made friends, I wasn't truly developing as an individual, I guess. And that development as an individual really didn't start until I would say football, my sophomore year. And I say that I didn't truly develop as an individual because football my sophomore year, I didn't even want to go out to the for the team to begin with, and I actually wanted to go follow my friends and play soccer. And this was because, much like when I first came to St. Agnes, I was just uncomfortable with the situation and didn't want to let go of the new friend group that I had just created, and didn't want to kind of expand beyond what I already knew. And to kind of add the cherry on top of that, I knew that we were going to have a new coach, and that new coach was going to be Mr. Flood. And I was scared because I knew that if I were to join football, he would hold me accountable for everything I did and get up in my face for the things that I did wrong. And I just wasn't up for that challenge at all and didn't want to do that. But my dad sat me down, and my dad knew that I was truly interested and like had a passion for football because I always had since a little kid. I always loved the game. So he was the one who made me sign up and not go out for soccer, thankfully. Um, so that first year, it was really challenging for me because I had gone, so I went into the season thinking that I wouldn't even play at all. I wouldn't even see the field on varsity because my freshman year, I didn't even see the field on JV. Like I was a bench warmer for JV, but our team had 28 players, so I was kind of thrust into like the thick of things and put on a starting spot on defense for varsity. And with that challenge, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was lost. I didn't think I could do it. I was just lacking self-confidence. And so throughout the year, I started to see like through football, you start to learn like how to really connect with your teammates because in football, football requires all 11 guys on the field to be all acting as one and to be all kind of giving up themselves and laying themselves down for the guy next to them, as Coach Flood says. And that's all to achieve the same goal. And I I had never really like gone outside of myself and like given of myself to others and like laid myself down for others. So this was new to me. So it took some getting used to, but eventually I made the decision that I didn't want to be the weak link on the chain anymore. I wanted to be a strong, dependable one and someone who other people could count on. And this kind of started like a spiral effect. Like, besides this, I learned so many other great virtues from football, such as teamwork, discipline, time management, and in the end, even a little bit of leadership. And all these virtues, I started to be able to apply them to not just on the football field and to my actions on the football field, but to my everyday life. And because of this, I started to grow in self confidence and actually started to try new things, such as I joined NHS, joined jazz band, I went on the March for Life, and even did little things like sit at a different lunch table and tried to interact with different people. And as I did this, I was able to kind of expand and grow in different virtues, and this was through interaction with different people and just because everyone in the world is different and everyone embodies and some people embody different virtues better than others, and by surrounding myself with more people I was able to find this out and step outside my comfort zone, because my comfort zone just kept growing as I said before, I interacted with more people. And even though the extracurriculars played like a huge part in me developing in like my virtue and stuff, it wasn't just them, it was also the school as a whole, because St. Agnes, the staff at the school, really they care about you as a student, like you academically, but they also care about you as like a person and your development as a person, and they care about seeing you become the best version of yourself. And that's what I think makes this school different, because instead of just being like a school, it's more of a family. And this is what the answer that the seventh grade me was looking for, because back then I asked myself, what is it about St. Agnes that makes it so special? And now I think I've figured out the answer. St. Agnes is more of a family. They care about your development. All the staff and administration care about your development as an individual and want to see you flourish. They want to see you push yourself to do things that you may have thought that you couldn't do before, and things that are outside of your comfort zone. And this is all in a Catholic environment, and which a Catholic environment really challenges you to grow as a whole person in your mind, body, and spirit. And in the end, follow God's calling to discover who you are as a person and what you are all about, and also what God created you to be. And so some lessons, I guess, which I want some of you underclassmen watching this to take for this video is: one, don't be like seventh grade me. Don't focus on the negatives instead of the positives. By doing this, you're only setting yourself up for failure and hindering your overall growth as an individual. Like if you go into something with a negative mindset, you're gonna get negative results. You should always be thinking of the pluses instead of the negatives. And all the staff at the school have your best interests in mind, and don't let this interest go to waste. So like don't spend your time complaining. Instead, just know that all the teachers are there and want to see the best from you. Two, get involved. Even if football isn't your thing, try and join something that you truly have a passion for and can truly be yourself while doing. Being around people with similar passions and interests as you is one of the best ways to make great friendships and make true friends. And most of these friendships will last a lifetime because both of you share the same interests. And finally, don't take school for granted. Um, all of your parents sent you to this school because they care about you and your overall development as a person, and don't let this go to waste. Use this as an opportunity. Use this opportunity which has been granted to you to succeed. Um, Especially in the light of all this coronavirus stuff. You never really realize how much something means to you until it's taken away. So just enjoy every day and just live every day to the fullest and try and be the best version of yourself. Thank you for listening. Hope you all are doing well and hope to see you all soon. Thank you.